welcome to this episode of Pardon Your French podcast in partnership with Coppercock Distillery. We are meeting today on a Thursday, which is quite late in the week for us, but we're struggling, aren't we, to get our shit together a bit.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Yeah, absolutely. We've had so much go. Like, I looked at my diary this morning and I was like, I haven't got one day free. Like, apart from like podcast Tuesday, like next week at all.
Next week, you're not podcast Tuesday, you're taking your dad to the hospital anyway. So we're not even podcasting.
Oh, you see how my life goes.
But yeah, so I mean, it's been a busy week. So Tuesday was the 11th of November, was Remembrance Day. And I mean, that was the first time I've ever gone to the Remembrance ceremony since I've lived here. I've always just kind of treated it like, yay, I'll get a bank holiday, the same way you do in the US, is like Veterans Day. Yay, thanks, veterans. Yeah. Whereas here, going to that ceremony, it was so somber.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I've gone every year since I lived here, and every time it breaks my heart, actually. I find it very, hard. Yeah.
Well, it was beautiful, and every commune does it differently. So somebody was saying to us that their commune reads off every single name on their list of the fallen from the First World War.
Yeah.
Which is why we do it on the 11th of November at 11 o'clock. And then the moment of silence and stuff like that. The Remembrance one, there was quite a lot of music. There were a lot of readings. But it was... Yeah. I thought it was odd, and I said to you at one point, like, we don't clap. Like, they just did they pour their hearts into playing a song or doing a reading or and then you don't applaud it. You just
but I thought it was it felt weird because we were watching it that you didn't clap the musicians or the people that spoke, but actually on reflection of that, I think that's really nice, because why should we be clapping? Because they did a good job. They weren't in the war. Well, you know what I mean? Like, to that extent, like, but I actually, after looking at it, I thought it was quite nice that everybody just left. And I didn't like the fact that there wasn't a minute of silence. It was only like...
it was like a moment of silence, wasn't it?
Cause, like 20 seconds or something, wasn't it? But in my head, and from a young age, I've always thought that minute of silence, because I remember being in like school, we always had to put our pens, and there it was dead silent. Like, you daren't talk out of getting in trouble, or actually the respect thing.
Yeah.
I actually don't think cars should be driving on the road at that time. I think everybody should pull over.
Yeah.
I think the whole world at 11:11 should stop and just take out of these crazy busy lives that we lead just a minute to mark. And I don't understand people that just, unless there's a bloody emergency and you have to take your pregnant wife who's just about to have a baby to hospital or something, or that you're an ambulance driver or a policeman. Like, other than that, I don't think there should be any excuses as to why you can't take a minute out of your life.
Yeah.
For
like,
history.
even down by the monument, they blocked off the road where we were standing, but the road below, I was amazed that there were, and it's a bank holiday, there were like work trucks driving by and stuff, and I thought,
that's a bit
silly, a bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
But then, like, I've never done that minute of silence at 11:11. Never done that.
Right.
Or 11 o'clock, or is it 11 o'clock?
11:11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I feel it's really important. And my dad, so I obviously came across to you. I left at like 9:15 to get to you to then go to Remembrance. And then my dad and Carter took an hour on their push bikes to go up to Brossac.
Bless him.
And went to the bakery first, obviously, and then went and watched a ceremony, and then they went into the salle de fête after with like the mayor and everyone else that was there, and had like a drink and a little bit of a chat and stuff. But yeah, Carter didn't stop talking about it. Actually, when I got home, it was like I said to you, he's remarkably a really proud French little boy. And he wore his best clothes even to ride his push bike. But he wore his best clothes, and he said I stood there and saluted for a whole minute.
Oh.
I was like, oh, you know what I mean? And my dad loves the war, like the history.
Yeah.
Like you can talk to him about it, and he'll be able to tell you everything about it. World War I and II, and the tanks, and he used to build all the little tanks and paint them, and you know what I mean, keep them as models, which he's giving to Carter over the years, which is quite cute.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've got about 1,000 books on the war in my house right now. So if anyone wants any, let me know. Slowly clearing them out. You can't get rid of books over here, can you?
You gotta think there's all these chateau libraries and stuff. I'm sure people are happy to take books.
I don't know. They did quite a bit of room, don't they? Yeah. Especially now, everyone's on their smartphone or they got Audible and they listen to it. I mean, if I read, I'm asleep within 5 minutes. You could time me. I am that bad. If I can't sit and read, it makes me go to sleep. But I can listen to a podcast or an Audible for like 5 hours.
Yeah. No problem.
No problem. And speaking of books, actually.
Yeah, that's a good transition. We've got Andy Davies' book of ditties. He says not poem, ditties. Words in some sort of order. So he came last night. So we were also out last night for the social circle.
Yeah.
And he and Abigail came to support. And he brought us copies.
Signed copies
of his ditties. Yeah. So we decided we're gonna start doing little ditties.
I'm just doing this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't read that one first. Okay. Yeah. I know. I was like, we're gonna have to find some appropriate ones, although these are not for children.
Okay, let's pick a
little pig.
Let's have a look.
Shall I do it?
Yeah.
We call our dog Little Pig because he snuffles, snorts, and farts. He came to us unexpectedly. He found a place in all our hearts. In a previous life, he was a stud dog, brought out solely just to mate. There you go, son. Climb on that one. And remember, it's not a date. We've been told he has 170 offspring, but I suppose there could be more. It's not like anyone demands maintenance. It's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, then woof out the door. His mating days are over. He's gone and had the snip. It's a life spent snuffling and snorting with hours of stressless kip. We named the little pig Gino after that man Washington of 60s fame. He's our little pig and we love him, long since retired from the game.
Oh,
cute. Nice story.
There's lots in it.
Yeah,
man, must have taken him years to put all this together.
It's cute that, to think of a man on holiday being like, I'm just going to start writing poems.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, I love it.
And we were saying, like, the actual book feels really smooth and it's really put together.
Book. Yeah.
It's beautiful. So if you want to get your hands on a copy, I'm sure we could put you in touch.
Yeah, reach out.
So I reckon Unspoken Love. They walked the lane together beneath the twinkling stars. They reached the gate together. For her, he lifted the bars. She neither smiled nor thanked him, for she knew not how. For he was just a farmer's lad, and she a Jersey cow.
Love it.
Oh my God. Great.
Yeah.
This is going to keep me busy this winter. Oh, the love raps.
Like, don't keep reading. You'll fall asleep. You'll fall straight to sleep.
No, I can't. I've got to stay awake. Honestly, yeah. Maybe I'll put them onto, we'll do them on some reels, some social media reels, so you can enjoy some too.
Yeah.
So the social circle event last night was at, what was it called? Licorne?
Yeah.
Licorne.
Yeah. Which means
Lusignac.
Unicorn.
Yes, yeah. I did take a picture out. So I really like their logo.
Yeah, it's cute.
On the wall. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So I actually made it move.
Oh.
Did you see it?
I didn't know.
On an advert, I actually made it put his head up.
Yeah.
That was quite difficult. But yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was Jean-Claude and Pascal who run the Licorne in Lusignac. They do a jam, like a community musical jam session, amplified. And it's kind of funny because it's once every other week during the summer, and then it's kind of once every 2 weeks come November. But we're doing a 3-week break for this next one, so it times well for the Christmas situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were happy enough to let us piggyback onto the already existing jam. So basically, we're additional advertisement. And then Sharon Baldock, who helps run it with Jasmine, and so she was laid up in bed. She goes, I was just hammering the adverts. So when we showed up, there were so many musicians, and it was just it was incredible, the turnout. So some weeks you've got loads of people, some weeks you don't. And this week it was hopping.
Her voice. So I've never seen her or like met her or seen her anywhere before. But her voice is incredible, like incredibly great. And then her and Jasmine together.
Yeah, it's good.
Blew me away. I have to say that the quality of the talent that was there yesterday, it's mesmerizing, because I have zero musical ability at all. To sit in an audience and watch people just doing something they love and are great at. It's a real vibe to see, actually, people in their element. But I love the fact that you are all individually playing your instruments or singing, but you can find a song that you all like and you sound like one big band. Like you're all talented enough to be able to hear each other and kind of get each other's groove and make it sound like one voice. It's great.
Well, it's good fun. It gets you out in the winter. It's like the same idea as the social circle is just, it can be quite isolating. It can be quite lonely out here. And especially once it starts getting dark early, getting back out of the house once it gets dark, you're right. Feels like a chore.
It does. And Mandy, actually, who I was talking to, Paddy's wife, and what's the name of their band? The
Sorley Sessions.
Sorley Sessions.
Yeah.
So I met her for the first time, or I saw her and Paddy at the Valentine's social circle.
Yeah.
And I didn't know until yesterday. She's like, did you know you're on video? And as soon as Paddy come up singing, I'd gone, oh my fucking God. Who is he? He's incredible. Well, I didn't know that I was on camera saying it. And she's like, so that's who I twigged on who you were. And that you were doing the podcast with Vanessa. And so she was at the social circle last night and she's lovely. I sat with her and had a really good chat and stuff. And she was actually saying the same. She's like, it was so dark before we even left to come out tonight. And it was a little bit chilly and really windy. And it makes you kind of go, you could find 1,000 excuses as to why it's easier or better or more convenient and you'd be happier to stay inside.
Yeah.
But once you push through that and get on the other side of it, you're so much happier that you've actually gone out, you've had a lovely time, you've listened to some great music and you've had conversations that you never would have done if you'd stayed in.
Yeah. And building up friendships, a couple of years ago, I didn't know any of the people in the musical, community, really. Yeah. But since I started getting out and started playing with people and you meet other people and you're not going to click with all of them. Obviously, we've established that. But some of them you do.
Yeah.
And now it's like, are we going to hang out this week? Are we going to play some, but it's like us doing the podcast. You've got an activity to do. It's always good to find, that connectedness. I find that making friends as you get older gets more difficult. The older you get, the more difficult it becomes to put yourself out there and become friends for no reason other than the fact that you think that other person's cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's great. I thought you were cool. We became friends. But then we did need the podcast to be able to
see each other.
Yeah. Get us to have something to do together every time we go out. Especially if you live far away and you can't, normally go out for lunch and have a couple drinks or whatever. It's
we live in organize.
Well, we live in an environment where it's really not safe to be drinking you know, going out and having a few drinks. We don't live in a cul-de-sac where like, oh, you just come over from next door.
Yeah.
It's like we need to do sober coffee drinking mornings.
We have to be grown-ups. God,
Oh.
grown-ups. But yeah, no, I believe actually it is harder to make friends when you're an adult. And I don't know if it's because you're more judgy or you've had bad experiences with other people before that have yet left you a bit nervy maybe, or I don't know. But I'm sure as an adult it's harder to make good friends.
Yeah, but
you can make acquaintances that you say, oh, well.
Yeah.
But to have good, solid friendships is difficult. But don't they say if you've got 5 or 6 solid friends, then you're lucky?
Yeah.
Compared to most people, because you are one of those 5 people that you hang around with and spend most of your time with. So
yeah,
I think we're very lucky. But I would say your music community, they're great and they adore you.
They're so welcoming though.
Yeah,
That's what it is that they're like generous with their compliments and they're welcoming and stuff like that. And it is such an incredible place to be, you know. I know that I'm not the best musician in the room. It's obvious. But they treat you but like when you play a song and they treat you like you've played it better than anyone could have ever played it. You're like, no, but and I'm going, sorry. Jazz is like, stop saying you're sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but that's when you know you're around the right people because they're only lifting you up.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
But yeah, it was a really good atmosphere, and Sharon said actually it was the best one that they'd had, and I think that was it. Lots of people were up dancing, and joining in, and you know, singing along, which was great to see.
Yeah, and like at the end of the night, we had people going, "Do it again, and play another one," and we're keep going. It's like
it was. I mean, I don't know how you'll do it. I mean, I got there at like 7, and pretty soon everyone was playing, and then you know it was like 11 o'clock, wasn't it? That's a long time to keep playing like straight.
Well, we don't. Everybody takes like, you know, a couple songs off or gets up, has a drink or whatever.
But
you can see how it'd be taxing on my relationship at home. It's like Simon's like, you're going out musicking again.
Musicking.
That's what he calls it. Musicking. Today we're podcasting, tomorrow I'm musicking.
Oh God. Damn you.
In fact, he doesn't even call it podcasting. He was like, are you casting today? Or like, yes, casting spells. Me and my witch friend.
We don't actually podcast. We just, we are witches. We just go around putting spells on them.
Yes. I feel like I need to bring this up, seeing as we're on video for this episode, but you had some sort of crisis yesterday and decided to cut fringe into
my hair. I was like,
are you okay?
No. I'm going through it.
Are you having a breakdown?
I think I am. I think maybe this is my midlife crisis.
Yeah, that could be it.
It might be.
Reading poems and cutting fringe.
Yeah, and just feeling constantly like dizzy and headachy, like all the time. So, I don't know why. I was sat down yesterday, and my hair, where I've coloured it over the years, it's dried it out. From like going to pink to purple and back to blonde, it's definitely dried it out. Anyway, so I have obviously used like heat and hair straighteners on it, and I had a long side fringe, and the bit at the bottom was like getting a little bit fried.
Yeah.
So I got a pair of, and they weren't even hairdresser scissors; they were like children's. Little safe scissors.
Carter's like, where are my scissors?
So I stole them ages ago, and I didn't even have a comb. So I just
You did pretty well. They don't like they're the right length.
But do you know what I did? I went on YouTube and I watched about 10 different tutorials, and I was like, right, okay, fuck it, let's just give it a go. That's my attitude to everything. So I just grabbed it, and it was quite long. It was down like past my like jawline. So I just grabbed it, and then I lopped a big bit off it because I was intending to actually keep a side of fringe.
Yeah.
And then I was like, son of a gun, that's not straight. So then I was like doing it again. Then I pulled it over the other side, thinking that's what they did. And
so that's why you ended up with fringe. Got ya.
So it was getting shorter and shorter and And in the end, I was like, I just had to like put it across and just do that.
Fringe it.
But some of it is shorter at the top and at the bottom.
But you cut off all that like really straw, like proper murdered hair.
So it feels softer, but I think with blonde hair it's really difficult anyway because every little imperfection shows even more. So I've got to get my colour sorted out, but I'm terrible at doing that too. So I just need to go to a hairdresser.
Yeah. I've got a number.
Have you?
Yeah.
Trying to find a really good hairdresser that colours and cuts as hard. And Zoe Chesney, who was the bee's knees, is no longer doing it better. So I'm like, I don't know or trust anybody else.
I'll find you somebody.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That could sort me out, honestly.
Sort you out.
Honestly.
Plus she's a good conversationalist.
Oh, nice. Okay. Is she over your way?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to come visit.
That's fine. I do really like Ribrac. If I sell, I might come that way.
It's funny because, like, we were saying, we went to Cafe Cologne for lunch.
Loved it.
And we came away, and it's like, well, you wouldn't choose to go there for lunch, really. Like, it's all right for coffee and stuff. But the one reason, and Lex said it as well, the one reason we were there is because it's open. You know it's going to be open. You know they're going to be serving food.
Yeah.
And there is nowhere else to go.
Right.
The bar de midi, which would have been, there's like 8 seats inside the bar. So in wintertime, you can't sit outside. He does a nice meal, but you can't just like walk in there. It would have been full already. It's like a proper.
Oh, well, you have to like book in.
Proper little bar, yeah, you'd have to book in. And then Cafe de Palais, they do okay. But same again, it's like, it's more of a formally looking restaurant on the inside, the restaurant bit on the inside, like the non-summery bits.
Oh, okay.
So the Cologne is the one you can just walk into and you'll get fed. Yeah. But also, it's brasserie food. So it's nothing exciting.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was nice, and obviously we got to see Lex as well.
Yeah, and we know Alex is cooking it, so
so you're in safe hands. Guaranteed a nice, tasty meal, and it's going to be open. But I really like the feel of Ribrac. I really do. I think you've got a lovely high street, and like the fact that, like I said to you, that you've got an orange shop. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I moved here and I didn't have internet for 6 weeks, and that was like 3 trips to Bordeaux because that was my nearest orange shop. And then when anything goes wrong, I have to go
back there.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
well, that they're very new. That shop is very new. So when I first moved here, our house got struck by lightning.
Oh,
yeah, and badly, but it was our satellite dish that got hit.
Oh,
and so it like ran the cabling, all that needed to be replaced. The telephone line was completely burnt out, and that needed to be replaced. So that was the internet at the time.
Yeah.
And our electrics were working, but only up to 25 amps for a while because we just couldn't figure out what was wrong though. But yeah, so we ended up having to go to Orange.
Yeah.
To get our telephone line replaced because they're the only ones that touch the telephone line. France Telecom is owned by Orange. They're like the mafia.
Yeah.
So we had to go to Périgueux to do it. And you wouldn't believe the chaos. I mean, you would. Yeah. You'd believe the chaos. But go in there having to have all the right information. And at the time, Simon had a driver's license with his photograph on it. And they're like, no, that doesn't work as a piece of identity.
Oh.
And we're like, why not? So we driven like you drive all the way to Périgueux and they go, nope, this doesn't work as proof of ID. And we're like, yeah, because other people just show up and go, can you replace our telephone line at this address with all the other documentation, and a driver's license doesn't count as a pièce d'identité? And they were like, yeah, sorry. So we had to go home, come back with a passport. But like it was a situation where you have to have a rendezvous.
Yeah.
Because when you show up, they have their little tablet and they like put you in the queue.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's going to be
5 hours,
6 days, 72 minutes. And So so when we finally got the guy out to do it, so Orange sent a telephone technician out to do it, and he pulls his van up and he's got his like massive ladders that he's going to have to use to get up to the telephone lines and stuff. And he's looking up, and he literally did this, stood at the back of the van, hands on his hips, and went,
Oh, Mary.
oh la la, c'est beaucoup de travail. Like, yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That is your job. Take as long as you'd like. Would you like a coffee? Yeah. But he was just like so exasperated about having to replace, I don't know, 100 meters of telephone line. And he was like, that's the like ultimate French expression, isn't it? Like,
yeah. Like, I do
what
love
is
it. 'Cause I catch myself going, now, which I never used to do. Things, expressions like that I would never use, I do now. And I'm like, no, cultural.
Yeah.
It's acceptable now for me to just go, at everybody and everything.
But like heaving a heavy sigh, I was like, is this age or is this just living in France
I think
so
it's
long?
both now. Like I could just, I'm like 43. I could be miserable officially now. Yeah. And I'm in France, so I get away with it.
But it's like boff.
Boff, yeah.
They love that one. Boff. Like,
oh God. Yeah, I do catch myself dropping in the odd. I have to lift my shoulders. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, like I saw a thing the other day. Is like they're more expressive with their eyebrows. So now that you've got your fringe, you can't see your eyebrows. You can do whatever. But yeah, like a huge part of the way they speak.
Does my fringe move? If I
your whole scalp's like.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I used to have Botox back in England. My boss used to make me because I used to. Yeah, I know it's fucking fucked up. I used to work in an aesthetics clinic, so you had to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And obviously, I rocked up looking like a bag of shit. She's like, right, you're going to have some bone.
She's like, lay here.
Yeah. Honestly, every other day I was in her chair having something done. I was like, Lucy, like, come on.
For free, though.
No. Yeah, it was a good scam, wasn't it? Like, all my wages were basically going on, like, Botox I didn't want, or, like, fillers I didn't want, or, like, my nose, my tear trough, my cheeks, my jaw. Yeah, I had a lot of it. Like, and to be fair, it wasn't her. She's good. She's very good at what she does. So none of it was ever filled. It always looked natural. But after a while, like you get like little lumps because obviously it hardens off. Like. Yeah, you know what I mean? So at one point, I thought actually that I'd had like jaw cancer, and I'd gone and got a scan. I totally had forgot that I had the filler. Yeah, and I had this like weird lump here, and then they scanned it, and they're like, "Have you ever had like filler in your face?" I was like, "Oh fuck, yeah," and it was a lump of filler that had gone like rock solid, like a marble under my skin. So luckily, I like move it, and it has dissolved over time. But I have to say that kind of industry I think is so over now. I think people like Pamela Anderson going the whole au naturel thing is great. Well, I would say in the last like probably 5 years it was like, oh no, actually we can make you look younger for longer and all this sort of shit. But actually what the procedures are doing, for that instant you might look more full and youthful, but it actually ages you so much faster. So then you have to have so much more work done. And I mean, these clinics, they are not cheap. I think like when I was getting Botox, it was like 325 quid. I have to say, I think the French women look great, even, you know, at the latest stages in their life. They still look very together, elegant, and composed.
Yeah, it's an incredible difference. But we were just saying like the getting rid of the word mademoiselle from the language. Yeah. So, you know, it's no longer an acceptable word. Yeah. And it's basically because there's so many unwed women over a certain age that it's no longer really appropriate to call them mademoiselle. Yeah. Whereas in English we use Ms. You know, we've developed like a third word for spinstresses.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm already there. I had a moment. Was it Monday? I can't even remember.
We know.
Yeah, the days of the week now. But I used to have to phone up my friend Megan and say, "How old are we?" Yeah, because she's literally the 21st of May. and I'm the 21st of June in the same year.
Yeah.
And I lost a whole year of my life at one point because I was like, oh, yeah, because we're 38. She was like, no, we're 39.
Yeah, I did the same with Big. I do that with Big. I'm like, how old are we? And she goes, well, I'm going to be turning 39. And I was like, right, so I'm already 39. She goes, yeah.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then I had the
But then you
opposite.
remember like 40. But then after between 40 and 50, I feel like that's going to be a blur.
It's all a blur now. My 43, whatever. But I had the other week, I had a great one because I was convinced it was Sunday. So I'd woken up and I was like, oh, put on my nice new fluffy slippers and my dressing gown, and I was like coming downstairs and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a little brunch and then start a roast dinner. And then one of my friends had messaged me that they were out looking for an electric blanket, and I was like, well, that's good luck to you on a Sunday at like 11:30. But anyway, and then she's like, oh, I got one from Leclerc, and I was like, how the frick is Leclerc now open on a Sunday? Like,
yeah, they are. They're open on Sunday, 12:30.
Oh, well, I didn't know that anyway. Oh. Like, I thought they were completely closed. So I was thinking, well, how has she done that? Well, that's really impressive. And then it took me about 2 hours later till I went, oh, it's Saturday. It's not even Sunday. It's Saturday. So I gained a whole nother day.
You are such a nutter. Yeah.
Yeah. So another episode done and dusted. Thank you so much for listening or watching.
And make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on all our social medias. If you're enjoying the podcast, please reach out to us.
Yeah.
DM us on any of our social medias. You can comment on the video. We want to know what you're thinking, what you might be interested in hearing us yammer on and on about.
Yeah. Community involvement is really important to us. Yeah. So, yeah, shoot us a message and we'll get back to you. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.